We live in a society, and as much as we try to encourage positivity, kindness, and prosperity, very often the byproducts of humans existing yields the will of evil, or mental illness, or evil acts done in the name of good. A quick rational analysis of the situation calls for a justice system, and its foundations are really good, innocent until proven guilty. This idiom is particularly effective against the societal danger less guarded against and more prevalent in our modern setting, mob justice. When parading moral righteousness becomes the encouraged social currency and proving guilt becomes a mission to satiate emotional vindication rather than selflessly serving cautiousness and rationality for the sake of it. But the litigious, soul-sucking nature of the entire culture of law has plenty of problems. The amount of absurd lawsuits in the last 40 years have been too many to mention. Well, okay, look at this one. These 17-year-olds trespass on a railroad, severely burn themselves on electrical wires, and the court deems the property owners responsible for the damages. Or this lady who sued a weatherman for a weather report that turned out to be wrong. They settled out of court for $1,000. And if you want to bake cookies for your neighbors, forget it. A couple of Colorado teens decided to do exactly that and left cookies on their neighbor's porch with a nice note, rang the doorbell, then ran away. The neighbor was so scared by these shadowy figures that she called the police and suffered an anxiety attack so bad that she was admitted to the hospital the next day. The teens apologized profusely over the incident, and instead of forgiving them, the neighbor decided to sue them. The teens ended up getting fined. Justice served. Oh, wait. How about this one? We're getting sued for building the Earth in Minecraft. Because the Earth isn't free, you're actually viable to copyright claims for depicting it, or at least the buildings that stand on top of it. No, this is not a joke, and it's all because of customer service. Confused? Me too. So there's this support bot inbox in the Build the Earth Discord where if you're having serious trouble with any aspect of our project, you can essentially open up a channel between yourself and our team. We've gotten some weird messages over the years, but most of these tickets opened are people with anywhere from simple questions on this or that to astronomical bugs so insanely unsolvable that the weight of their chaos energy begins to suck our normal universe into its ultra-dense vortex. There's also a lot of people who give a crash report that basically shows that they're using a hacked or cracked version of Minecraft, meaning they didn't pay for it. Don't do that, guys. But a few months ago, we received probably the most interesting ticket yet. A Discord user, let's just call him Strange, opens a support ticket with the following statement. Y'all... Are you serious? Y'all aware that buildings built after December 1st, 1990 in the United States are copyrighted? That's why all games that depict real-life cities, minus flight sims using sat imagery, have different designs to buildings. I will be talking with my lawyers. I am an architect myself and am displeased with your lack of credit to those who designed these buildings. If you wish not to go to court over this, I suggest you remove all buildings built after that date by the end of the month. Thank you. Upon hearing this, our entire staff team imploded, realizing that Build the Earth is done. It was fun while it lasted. Thank you everyone for coming. Maybe next time we'll build Uranus as long as that isn't copyrighted either. It probably is though. We then asked him to link the necessary sources that back up his claim, to which he links to government copyright law page in the United States, as well as a PDF that outlines copyright regarding architectural works. So after a quick review of this, we determined that the depiction of buildings in Minecraft is sufficiently different as to not actually qualify for a copyright claim, and encouraged Strange to look at the examples of this in the channel showcase. I then asked staff not to close this ticket so I can get his response later. So of course staff closes the ticket before I can screenshot his response, but we didn't lose it. We just don't have the rest of the conversation in fancy Discord format. But it's here in this log. Strange says, the authorship in an architectural work includes the overall form of the building, the exterior elevations of the building when viewed from the front, rear, and sides. Sorry. See you in court. Wow, that was terrifying. I just pissed myself. And I just got out of bed. I'm not even wearing pants. So, we're getting sued for building the Earth in Minecraft. Or are we? Should we be worried? The only way to know for sure is to take a serious look at the claims and copyright law. This PDF he linked to talks about all buildings built since 1990 being copyrighted. It reads, an architectural work is the design of a building as embodied in any tangible medium of expression, including a building, architectural plans, or drawings. Copyright protects architectural works created on or after December 1st, 1990. So lawyer speak is basically another language I have to read this like 5 to 7 times before I completely understand exactly what's being said. Architectural works are what's being protected by the copyright claim, and here they're defining what constitutes an architectural work, namely designs, drawings, etc. That specificity is going to be really important later. The Copyright Office may register a claim to copyright in an architectural work if the work is a humanly habitable structure that is intended to be both permanent and stationary. This means that the drawings that constitute a permanent, stationary, and humanly habitable structure are the ones protected by the copyright. Now, here's where Strange thinks he has the high ground. The authorship in an architectural work includes the overall form of the building, and then it goes on to describe what is technically included regarding form. The sleight of hand going on here with Strange's implication is that we are meant to think this means the general form of the building, but that's not what overall means. Overall just means total, which means there is no expanding vagueness attached to the definition of what the form is. Law uses specific words to be very clear about definitions, and this is why that matters. Here's a good example. Let's just talk about the walls of a building. Walls are anywhere from a foot to 2 feet thick generally, and this would be detailed in an architect's plans. We do not and cannot build walls accurately. We're awkwardly making meter-thick walls out of Minecraft blocks, which already, before we even count anything else, substantially transforms the building sufficient to the point where it cannot be categorized as the same thing. But that's not where it ends. We also don't build building outlines in a neat square shape. We build them like this. Does that look like a normal building to you? Accurately mimicking a building's original architectural plans? Let's not forget something else. The further distortion of the shape of the building afforded by the projection we used, put together by the original Terra 1.1 developers and mathematicians, which adds further distortion to the original form of the building as detailed in real-life plans. And last but not least, Minecraft detailing. Every Minecraft block or item is chosen to represent a real-life detail of the building, but over 99% of them will not match perfectly. Every single block, half slab, cobblestone wall, or item chosen to illustrate the detail of the building is of a different material, color, or both in comparison to real life, culminating in something so completely different. It would be just as absurd as suing someone who built your building out of sand on the beach. Our jagged, meter-thick walled buildings where everything is significantly different in comparison to the real thing voids any claim that it matches the original architectural work. Because you know what's an even closer match? Other video games. And to an even closer degree, Google 3D. You know how much more Google 3D resembles the original architectural works than these absurd trapeze artist Minecraft Lego constructions we've put together that look like wacko crazy town when you look closely enough? But it is an interesting question. If Google's 3D and other video games much more accurately resemble the architectural plans of these buildings, how come they haven't been sued? If we somehow found a way to make these buildings look like perfect replicas in Minecraft without the world projection distortion, without meter-thick walls, jagged outlines, and all of the incorrect details, would this guy win this crazy lawsuit battle of Minecraft builders versus angry architect, destroying the entire project in a major upset, leaving everyone frazzled and shocked?
I feel shocked.
No, actually. Video games have been sued over this before, and it's established legal precedent. We could go into those cases, but here's the important thing you need to know. Number 17, US Code 120. The copyright in an architectural work that has been constructed does not include the right to prevent the making, distributing, or public display of pictures, paintings, photographs, or other pictorial representations of the work, if the building in which the work is embodied is located in or ordinarily visible from a public place. And there you have it. If the building is visible from a public place, it can be recreated in any of the above, including other pictorial representations of the work. So all you have to do is convince a jury that Minecraft falls under that criteria, which it does, and the case falls flat, no matter how accurate or inaccurate the building is. Let's get real here. This guy was almost certainly a troll, especially with how he was implying that he would be suing us not for a specific building that he designed, but rather on the basis of all buildings, on behalf of all architects. He's like Architect Jesus. But in the minute case that he was an architect and being completely serious, it felt like my civic duty, short of lawyering up myself, to represent myself as myself in defense of myself, presenting what is hopefully a convincing legal case to allow kids in Minecraft to keep building in a block game, safe from litigious trolls who want to shit on the picnic. Thanks for watching.